Well, obviously, I hope it's stopping this disaster that is healthcare. And, you know, that the story of the two folks just had on, it is incredibly moving. Yet nobody has explained how the disastrous Obamacare monster, $2 trillion, is going to solve those problems. And when Huffington Post talks about people dying right now, there are people dying under government-run system in Canada and the UK while they wait for health care. Now, it still may be the best system we can get, but nobody denies that either. And so anything that can stop us from following the Europeans into their disaster, okay by me.
Laura Flanders, is it that many people dying in Europe and also in Canada, as he just mentioned?
No, the statistics are crazy, and you know that, Ed. No. I mean, the story is so moving of what happened in Chicago a couple of weeks ago, because you have the spectacle of people in pain being laughed at, people in need. And, you know, the Huffs are not the only grieving parents this Thanksgiving Eve. You've got parents and people all around this country grieving for lost ones whose lives could have been saved had we got better health care, more accessible, higher quality for everybody. And, you know, I go back to what Alan Grayson said on this network yesterday. He said the longer the Senate stalls, the more Americans are going to die. It's not a problem of just what's happening in these tea parties, the lack of respect for people's needs and wishes in this country. It's happening in our Congress. It's not a government takeover of health care. We have our government taken over by people who believe in no government, and they're going to prove that no government change can happen because that's what they were elected to do. They're a wrecking crew, and we can't let them wreck our chances for change.
How can you say they're ignoring the people when only 31% of the people at the latest poll support this plan and more than 50% say they don't? That is just absolute insanity.
The point that Ed just raised.
You know, another planet.
The point
Americans
that Ed just
begging,
raised,
please don't
the
do this.
House has passed 100 bills that are languishing because of Senate inactivity. That stop the stalling in the Senate petition from Alan Grayson is critically important. We are seeing a handful of no-sayers basically derail our whole process. Americans voted for change.
Do you not have access to the polls?
This isn't it.
I mean, seriously, are you literate? I mean, do you own a newspaper? Have you not seen the polls on President Obama's performance on health care, on the overwhelming rejection of this? Independents don't like it. Republicans, a handful of the far left.
Michael, I don't know where you're getting your information. You're talking about a Gallup poll.